Hello, everybody. Hopefully you can hear me. Oh, and we have Rod coming in. Good.
All right.
Can people hear me now?
You have a heck of an echo.
It's a grand entrance.
Wow, you got to turn some speakers off or something, Rod. You've woken everybody up in the room. That's for sure.
It's not even Halloween yet.
How's that?
That's perfect.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're just getting ready to start, so we'll turn her over to you, Rod, seeing as you were going to be first man up.
Okay, let me try sharing my screen first. It did not want to accept. Finally, I went to Firefox, and now it's accepting me.
Firefox won't allow you to share a screen, Rod. It can only be in Chrome.
Well, that's the only thing that would let me log in. All right, I'll try again. Give me just a second. I tried like 10 times already.
Yeah, I had trouble at the start as well. And you tried taking the link for the invite and putting it in a tab by itself?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll try again.
Were you already logged in to your account and then pasted it in a new tab?
Yes, and then I tried everything. I even rebooted, and then it finally let me in on Firefox, but not on.
Well, go back and try Chrome. We'll hang here for a couple more minutes with everybody, and then otherwise we'll just start and wait for you to catch up.
All right, buddy.
You know, he might be able to present in Chrome and then keep his audio in Firefox if he has to do that. We'll see.
Sorry about this, folks. We're going to get going here pretty shortly. I may just go ahead and
We could go in a different order if you want.
yeah, I think I'm going to share my screen and okay, so hopefully everybody can see that. I'll hide this. What I'm going to do first is a quick overview of what we did one previous webinar where I had set up a demo domain and showed everybody how to upload their files. So the dashboard is here. This is the cPanel showing the site that I'd set up, and we'd done one for organic traffic platform. That's still the only campaign that is on here. So what we want to do is be able to upload a second campaign into our site, and that has been a bit of a problem for some people. So we're going to go over doing that, along with showing you a few other things. One thing I like to do for myself, and this might be something that the rest of you would like, I always put an icon on my desktop which allows me to directly get to my campaign folder, so I don't have to have hybrid open or anything else. And so if I click that, up it pops. There's the two campaigns I have currently that I've run. Now, if you're wondering how to do that, actually I should have left that open. Let me just close this and we'll delete. Gone. If you open up a campaign folder, a real easy way to do it is to come right over to this little folder icon beside all directories that you're in. And when you get right over top of that little folder icon, you do a right click. And let me go down there. There. Well, guess what? It's not letting me do it. I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to just create it over here. Just drag and drop it. For some reason with the webinar software running, it wasn't letting me do it, but at least the drag and drop went. And then I usually just rename it. And there's my campaigns folder. Stick it up there. Now, whenever I need it, I can close it. I haven't, as you can see, I haven't got hybrid open. The only thing I've got open right now is Firefox. I can just bring that up, and there's my campaign folder. So that might help some of you who are always looking to see if you can find out where your campaign folder has gone to. So the next thing we want to do is go over the site that I had done, and I wanted to show you quickly one other thing before we start uploading the files. Get back to the dashboard. What I did do is, since the last time, I have installed the new redirect URL plugin. So what you need to do, right now the plugin's not working, so if I was to go and visit my site, which we'll do right here, it just loads the site and it sits there. No redirect is occurring. So what we need to do is we need to come back here, click on the redirect URL, and we need our domain name. So we'll grab that, paste that in here. And if you remember from our previous one, I had called my redirect files loading.html and loading.js. So I just come back here and type in loading.html. I leave it for 0 seconds. I want an immediate redirect. Click save. Oh, not saved. Why did that not save? Hopefully I haven't put that in once before. So is it working now?
Is it secured?
Nope. Well, there we go. There's what live internet does for you. http://lwdemo.xyz/loading.html. Okay, well, I'm obviously having a little bit of a problem with getting this to save. Clear my cache, try it again. Well, obviously, whatever I did when I deleted my other overlay and put in the new one, I've done something to cause it not to work, so I'll have to get that fixed. What you see is what you have to do, and this is a good reason why you don't want to delete the overlay plugin in your old systems and add the new one. Just leave it alone. It's been installed, it's working. There's no reason to change it. There's no updated features, but it can sometimes cause a problem with the database, the WordPress database. So don't install the new one when you already have the old one installed. If it's working, it's working. Just leave it be. And then the last thing, so we want to go to our pages, and we'll get this out of the way. And we need to start up FileZilla. I'm sure most of you have seen this before. And log into our site. I'll make this a little bit bigger for people to see. Move this over. So we need to go down to our public HTML. Move this over. I guess this is a little bit wider than the window. And in there we can see the one set of HTML files that we uploaded the last time. So what we need to do is upload our second one. And if you remember, I said the easiest way is, rather than trying to navigate your way through FileZilla on this side, is just open up your folder, grab a hold of it, hold down your mouse button and drag it across and let go. And FileZilla is now off to the races, and as you can see, it's uploading my HTML pages. I guess I should stop that because I'm going way too fast for even myself tonight. The iComply files are all the same. As I use the same file names as in all my campaigns, there's no reason for me to have to upload those again. The XML file is here. So while we're waiting for that to upload, I can come over here and open up Tools, Import, run the WordPress importer, open this up, and I can browse to my campaign folder. All done. That part's done. So we can get rid of this, come back here, and now we have our second folder up and installed. And that's all there is to installing a second campaign. We've installed the XML file back into the original WordPress site. We don't need to create a new WordPress site for it. It gets added to the WordPress pages we installed from we imported from the first campaign. And then we just dragged our second folder up here with the HTML files in it. And that's all that's necessary for adding a second campaign, or a third, or a fourth, or a fifth. Is there any questions there that did you add the JS file again? No, I did not add the JS file again, Brian. There's no reason to, because as I was mentioning, I had named my redirect file name exactly the same for both campaigns. It's because the whole OTP strategy is to send all our traffic to one target URL. There's no reason to create multiple redirect files, the HTML and JS files. So I call them all the same name. And the reason why I like to do that is so that if I ever want to point my traffic somewhere else, I only have to go to that one JS file and make my change to the URL that I want it to go to, and my whole site is now changed. Yes, as Rod says, you can do it with multiple ones if you want. It just makes it easier afterwards if you're going to be changing where you're pointing your site. Do you add new authors when you upload XML files? You can if you want, Keenan. Of course, you would create any authors you want in your WordPress site ahead of time, and then you can select it. I find that works better than using the importer, because I have seen in the past sometimes when you have it try to create an author for you, it sometimes doesn't. But you can go ahead and try that if you want, but don't be surprised if it ends up with your original author. How you would change the redirect in the JS on one of your trainings. Well, that's pretty easy, seeing as we're already here. Let's get rid of that and go back here. We'll go into File Manager in your cPanel. I scroll down. There's my JS file. I right-click on it, go Edit. Up comes the file. There's the URL I want to change. So I can change to whichever URL I want. When I'm done, I click Save Changes, and I'm out. That's all there is to changing where you're going to point your traffic. And if you have just the one JS file, that's all you do. How many different offers there's on a typical site? Whatever you want, it doesn't really matter. Keenan, I've seen some big sites with only a few authors. I've seen some with many. On how much of that line you change. I might be more specific on how much of that line. Well, we're only changing a URL in here. So everything between the quotation marks is what you would change. Right there. So I could say HTTP, oh boy, fat fingers now. http://locusware.com. If I could type and go Save Changes, close, and now my site's going to redirect to locusware.com rather than to that Warrior Plus page. The overlay doesn't need to get changed. When you set the overlay, when you put your first campaign up on your site and you set the overlay up to work, that should be it. You should never touch it again, because you're going to point the overlay redirect plugin to your redirect HTML file. So it never has to change, because you never change the redirect HTML file. You only change the JS file, which the HTML file reads. Okay, if I start all my builds with a link rotator, I could keep the same link and just change it on the end. Yep, you could. Point your OTP site to your link rotator to begin with, and then it'll handle the rotation after that. Okay, no other questions on that for now? All right, I don't think I've got anything else to show you, so I will put that down. Marty, you want to get your site ready to go?
Sure, no problem. Okay, can everybody hear me okay? Hello?
Yep, hear you
Okay.
perfectly.
All right, great.
And there's your site up and running.
Okay, can you guys see the legal credit repair website?
Hang on, no. I don't see your site here, Marty.
Hmm.
Or your page.
Oh, hang on a minute. I still see you broadcasting. All right, hang on a minute. Once you click stop presenting on yours, I may be able to do it. Let me see.
Yeah.
We're just having all kinds of fun tonight.
There we go. Now you try it.
Okay, how's that?
Perfect.
Okay, can you see the legal credit repair website?
Certainly do.
All right, excellent. Okay, folks. Hi, my name's Marty Bostic, in case I've not had a chance to speak with you before. So I appreciate you having me tonight, Doug and Rod and Kim. And we're going to be picking up on the last local marketing video segment. In the first two, I actually covered how to build or how to lay out a simple foundation using a WordPress blog review type site for local pay-per-call type affiliate offers. So this one's based on legal credit repair. And I actually went through Commission Junction, an affiliate network, to get an offer to promote as an example. There's plenty of others you could choose from, but we covered in the first webinar, we covered placement of banners, how it's monetized on a simple blog with credit repair articles. The second webinar, I went through the process of videos, ranking videos with that same call tracking phone number, combined with the OTP content that have been created to get everything pulled together into one easy to read website that's centered around that niche. And you really don't want to tie a particular website down to an offer where you would have to spend a lot of time undoing or recreating things if the offer died, because offers are going to come and go. They're going to disappear. And you want to be able to, you certainly want to be able to change that out quickly and easily. This last webinar segment, I'm going to be talking about lead capture and giving away a lead magnet and gathering that lead when people visit this website. So whether it's OTP content delivering the traffic or it's optimized local video content that's delivering it, it's all coming to the same blog. And what I've done since the last webinar was I added a pop-up to give away a lead magnet. It's probably not the most aesthetically pleasing, but it will work for the purpose of this demo. So I have it set up right now where if you put your name, your first name and your email in and subscribe, it's going to take you to a download page to download a free ebook. And what I've done is I've placed people on an Aweber list that I have a small set of autoresponder campaign messages set up to indoctrinate and get those people warmed up to my list. So it'll start sending people emails a day after they subscribe. It'll send an initial one, then another and another. And my idea is to warm people up to my list so I can continue to market to those folks. Because you don't want to waste the clicks. You don't want to waste the opportunity to take that visitor and turn them into a lead that you could market to repeatedly. And remember that the traffic that comes from OTP content is cold traffic. So even though it's out there and it's SEO optimized, it shows up out there in the search engines, these people don't know you. They've never had a relationship built with you. So when they click on it to go find out about credit repair, assuming they don't make a phone call on first contact on this website, or if they came in from a mobile device, they don't click to call the first time, you would certainly like to be able to capture their information and continue to market to them over and over. So right now I've got it set where it'll show this banner more than once per session. Normally I would only show a pop-up once per session or once per day, basically. But for the purpose of showing it to you guys, that was the idea behind it. So there's several ways to do pop-ups or several ways to do landing pages. What I like to do if I'm doing a blog type review site, when I get a visitor here, I like to use a pop-up, and I've not finished configuring it, but when I'm done, it'll actually be on exit intent. So if they try to navigate away from the website and go somewhere else, it's going to pop up again and ask them if they want to get that lead magnet, download that ebook. And I made sure that I included an ebook that was for credit counseling, so it's related to my site. I've seen a lot of folks that will throw an unrelated freebie, an unrelated ebook to what it is people are there for. So they get low conversion rates. They don't understand why people don't want to download their audio book on yoga when it's about credit repair that they came to learn about. So I want to go through some of the results of this journey on building this site. I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but I started with a brand new Commission Junction account when we started this process in the first webinar. And since then, there's been a total of 10 phone calls, I believe. If we look over the last 30 days plus today, yeah, there's been 10 phone calls, no conversions yet, but there's been 10 calls that have come in from the actual offer. And we've got this phone number all over the place. So the phone number's in the search engines. I've got 353 results for that call tracking phone number associated with this offer. And you can see where I've got videos out there. I've got other linked articles out there. I used Video Traffic Sniper as part of your Locusware tools that's in your control panel. I used it to figure out how to compete for the top spots for Credit Repair Phoenix as my term. And you can see I'm listed here and here and here and a few others. So the idea is to dominate the first 20 spots, and the idea is to have that call tracking phone number clearly displayed where somebody goes there to look at the video. The video, of course, is related to tips on selecting the best credit repair service. But then the call tracking phone number, if they see it and they want to call it, then they will register as a call here. And if they stay on the line at least 5 minutes, then that's $5. So it's a real simple, low dollar conversion point, but it's an entry point into local marketing. It's not dealing with local businesses, but it's dealing with using local phone numbers in areas for services that are evergreen services. So that service needs to be something that you as a consumer would sit there from your phone or from your computer and be willing to make a phone call to inquire about that service. In this particular case, it's credit repair. You see TV ads, you hear radio ads all the time about credit repair, but it could just as easily be about home improvement. It could be about legal advice. It could be tax and debt help. Those types of things that you might call and inquire about that service. And if you find the appropriate offers, then you can just add those to your piece of real estate on the web out here. And you might use 3 or 4 different offers on one website, but you want this to be a versatile piece of property that you can continue to use repeatedly. So before I cover a couple more things, are there any questions so far?
None so far, Marty.
Okay. All right. So going back to the video aspect for a minute, every one of these things all link back to an offer. So this would be an OTP. This would be your target URL that your link, that ultimately that JavaScript link, this would be that target URL you would send people to. In this particular case, instead of just a standalone landing page, it's a review blog with information about credit repair. And there's other ways to monetize it besides just ads that you see here, but I wanted to keep it simple. But I wanted to make sure that the content that's on this website is useful and relevant to what the person is looking for. But let's say you've got a really good premium post, a really good piece of content that you wanted to drive people to. You could actually set up an OTP campaign to drive content specifically to a single blog post. So you might have one post or a category out here that you wanted to drive the traffic to. And what you could do is, instead of just using that main lead magnet giveaway, you'll see in this example, I need to go turn that off to once per session there. You'll see that I created a protected, locked piece of content. So if somebody were to put their info in here, and pick a domain. The person subscribes, what's going to happen is it's going to unlock the piece of content. So maybe you've got a nice post that you paid for, and in exchange for revealing that content, or maybe it could be a case study or something of value that they would be willing to part with their email address in exchange for seeing it, you could actually use this as an offer all by itself as a blog post. So you might have 100 of these out here, and you've got OTP campaigns across a bunch of different domains. Let's say this particular one was to get a free credit dispute template that you could fill out. Okay, just theorizing here. And to download that free template, all you got to do is just put your name and email address in, and it'll unlock this content where you could go download it. Well, it accomplishes the same goal. I get the person inside of my list where I can continue to market to them. Now it's not come in yet, but once the subscriber shows up, then I would have them confirmed and in my list, and they'll start getting my messages. But point being is, you don't want to waste the leads. You don't want to give up the opportunity to get as much from a visitor as you can, because if they just clicked cold out there and didn't call your phone number and you weren't capturing the lead, that's it. You'll never get them again. They're gone. If you do something to capture that lead, either on their way out or on their way in or both, then you've got a shot at building a relationship with them or sending them some information about credit repair that might keep them opening your emails and reviewing that information over and over. And that way you've got a chance to market to them again. So the whole call tracking phone number to local space, this could just as easily be a local business. It could be any type of service that you would want to tie a phone number to. And you may decide you don't want to do phone numbers at all. You may just want to collect information and sell leads to a local business owner. That's an option too. But the idea behind this series was to show you how to build something from a simple foundation, add some additional traffic methods to it that all are organic, and they can all be accomplished with the Locusware tools that you have today, and get that traffic coming to your offer, and ultimately do lead acquisition from the offer that you're presenting. So I don't have anything else to really show you on this. I hope it's been comprehensive enough to digest, and I didn't miss anything. But if there are any questions, just feel free to ask.
None so far. You're
Okay.
still clear.
All right. Did we manage to get Rod back, or is he?
No, Rod's not back yet.
Okay.
I think we're going to have to leave the add-on part, the add-on domain part, until next time.
Okay. Dory O'Neill, let's see. From the time you do a build, how long to traffic? There is no answer to that that's consistent, because I've put sites up that I got traffic in 24 hours, and I've put some up that I got them in 24 months. So it really depends on what it is you're putting out there and how quickly the search engines find it and how much they like the content. But let's see, where did I make the video for YouTube? I actually bought some niche videos that were already created for credit repair, but I also use some other tools to create article videos where I would take a blog post and create a video from that blog post. So there's a lot of tools out there. There's some free ones. You could use the actual Creator Studio within YouTube and build slide presentations. You could go out and do it for free with you could take your Google Drive and create a presentation there and put some slides together and create a video out of it. Where do you make video for YouTube? Well, same thing there.
I think the last time on the last webinar, Marty even showed you that that he went and got some videos and bought them online.
Yep. I'm not an affiliate of this, so I don't even know if they have an affiliate program for it. I bought these probably 2 to 3 years ago, somewhere in that time frame, and I went ahead and bought all the volumes. I don't think I have the last volume, but they have volumes in every possible niche you could think of. And when you buy them, you own the rights to them, where you can use the videos all you want. And this particular one, here's the one for credit repair. I got it out of volume 5.
You're not sharing your screen at the moment, Marty.
Oh, well, you can use your imagination, I guess. Hang on just a second. Sorry about that. Take too many things for granted.
Is that Nick Mancuso's stuff?
I guess so.
There
All
we
right.
go.
Can everybody see my screen real quick? Sorry about that.
Yep.
Credit repair. Where's it at? If I can spell credit, I don't know what that word is. My browser's frozen. There it is. All right, so volume 5 here in the finance niche had credit repair in it. So they had debt counseling, credit repair, mortgage broker, financial planner. But, something else you could do, just as a neat little idea.
I think we just lost Marty.
Yeah. Goodness.
The 800 number wasn't set up on ClickBank. If you go to the very first local marketing webinar, Marty shows you how he set it up in Commission Junction. Don't forget, this is a series of videos we've been doing. He started off with the basics to begin with and has now been working his way along.
And Shreya had mentioned that Lumen 5, you can make videos at Lumen 5. They're pretty decent videos.
If you go to the page in the forum with all the webinars on it, it's the very first webinar on local marketing. Any other questions that anybody has? I'm sure Marty's trying to get back on, but we can certainly answer questions. And going back to the earlier discussion on adding a second domain, is there any more questions regarding that you thought of since then? Very quiet crowd tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
I'm not quiet. No. Pardon me, not adding a second domain, adding a second campaign onto your domain.
Randy's got a link there to the.
Yeah. Now there was a little message on the invite to the webinar tonight, and Kim, would you like to mention what that was all about?
Yes, I don't know if you guys read the webinar invite, but the disclaimer is said when you realize what's been right under your nose all this time, you might kick yourself. Does anybody have any idea what we're talking about? Yeah, it's down there.
No. How big my belly's got that? That's got to be Randy.
Okay. Has anybody?
Nobody's guessing it. We've got mustache. Lots of laugh out louds from Randy talking about his belly. Give us a hint.
You probably look at it quite often from Locustware.
No, not hybrid. Not the opportunity. Not link swarm.
Think it's bigger.
Locustware control panel. Well, you know what? That is a great start to it.
No.
My computer, the forum. I think so far the control panel may be the closest.
Yeah. Should we tell them? Did we lose audio? Yeah, we lost you, Marty. Oh. Okay, has anybody checked out everything that is on the Locustware control panel?
Is there a prize? Yes, Ed, you get to hear us again tomorrow.
Oh. Well, sometime today or tomorrow, you should check over the control panel. We've got almost about 50 softwares on there. And there's a lot of neat strategies you can do with the different software. You can even go through the forum and under software support and check out each of the softwares and what they do. Because you have access to all of Cliff's software. So you'd be surprised what's sitting there that you haven't checked out yet.
Oh yeah, there's tons of it.
Oh,
There's Marty back.
Sorry about that. The webinar just dumped my audio out for some reason.
Well, all of a sudden we heard amp. You were gone.
Well, that's probably what I was saying anyway. So
anyhow, as Kim's alluding to, there's a lot more software that you actually got access to other than just hybrid.
Oh yeah.
Once you join Locustware. So please do go open the Locustware control panel and have a look at all the titles that are in there. There's dozens in there, and Cliff is going to be adding many more over the next few months. So don't let it bypass you that the only thing you've invested in right now is hybrid or static swarm or whatever, because it's not. You have access to everything in that Locustware control panel. So check it all out and make sure that there's something there that you might be able to use with even your own OTP campaigns. As Marty was saying earlier, he used video traffic sniper in order to get information for his videos that he posted up.
Yeah, and I found it by accident. I really did. I was playing around in the Locustware tools, and I was so consumed with OTP that I knew I was doing some YouTube projects coming up, so I decided to take a look at it, but clicked on the wrong one, and I'm glad I did, because I had not planned on looking at it yet, and now I use it all the time.
I don't know who Be Nice is because they don't put their name down, but whoever it is, we're planning on trying to go over every individual title on upcoming webinars. So that will be something we'll start doing.
And to answer Brian's question, what does Video Traffic Sniper do in a nutshell? It's a simple piece of software that Cliff created that will go look at the top 20 YouTube spots, these top 20, for a keyword phrase that you put in, and it will generate titles, descriptions, and everything you need to know. So if you looked inside of one of these that I created, this title was built, minus the call tracking phone number, was built from competitor spots on page 1 of YouTube for that search term. And inside of here, everything that you see in the description and all of this information you see down here and the tags all play a part in getting you ranked in the suggested videos. So this strip of videos that shows up over here over a period of a couple of weeks or so, what happens is if you've positioned yourself right with all the search data, you will start to show up in the suggested videos or related videos on those other videos on the page 1 positioning there. Neat little thing. I had no idea why in the world Cliff had software pulling stuff out around Nicki Minaj and Ariana Grande and things like that. Well, it became perfectly clear in the search engines. These other websites that pull in information about movies, they pull in collections, or they pull in information about, for whatever reason, attractivewoman.site apparently has information on my credit repair offer in here, but it was all based on tags and keywords that ended up showing up here. So it's pretty neat stuff, but that's just one little piece of software. You have one box to enter information. You cannot mess it up, I promise you. All you got to do is put a keyword in there and click start, and then it will spit everything out for you in a campaign folder similar to what OTP produces.
Yes, and Kareem, it is version 3.7. Yeah, Ron is going to show us a agent of change tonight. We'll have to do that next week.
This thing's killing me. I clicked the share screen button and it never shared it. Sorry, guys.
Oh.
Any other questions I need? Okay. Yes, we're imagining, Mark. I was actually trying to see if I could get it installed before Marty finished up there.
Yeah, that's okay. Do you guys see my screen?
No. Oh.
Do you see my screen?
Yes.
All right. Let's see if I have it running down here. Yes, I do. All right. This is what Video Traffic Sniper looks like. This little tool right here. You put in a search keyword, click run the program. When it's done, it spits out a folder of campaign data. Let me show you what that looks like. You see position 1, 2, 3. Well, I did some of these a repeat campaign, so unfortunately it's duplicated from different days. But good example. Here's the person that's in spot 1 on YouTube for that at the time that I ran it. And every bit of that data is contained in there. When the software finishes, it pulls all that information in on who the other related videos are, who their names are. It tells you what to put for the title. It tells you what to put for the description. And then it tells you what to put for your tags. And then you go publish your video. That's it. I combined some other stuff to stream the videos live, but I could just as easily have taken that and taken the YouTube creator and the creator studio and just uploaded a video with those details in it.
And yes, Jenny, you just copy and paste it into your YouTube description area.
Mm-hmm. Brian said that's too hard. Well, I guess that's not for you, buddy. If that one box there, that one little box, you can do this. I got faith in you. But this, again, this was just a total accident. I even saw Video Traffic Sniper in there. And I am so glad I did, though, because it's done some amazing stuff.
Well, if we got no other questions for the night, I guess we'll call it for now. Anybody else? Last call?
No.
All right. Well, thanks for, one more question.
Sure. I do have a suggestion for the next webinar. If we could get everybody to use their real names, then we would know who everybody is. So if you could please do that.
Okay, Kareem is asking, when creating additional campaigns, we can use the option of using an add-on domain or one account on one account. or adding it to a separate account. Okay, Kareem, campaigns do not equal a website or a domain. A campaign is just a run of hybrid, and you can have multiple campaigns put on one domain. Now, the OTP strategy is to have 10 or more domains, all pointing at one target URL. So as I showed earlier tonight, I had one domain and I put a second campaign on it. I could now go put a third campaign, a fourth campaign, and so on. Many people are putting 6 to 8 campaigns on one domain and then moving on to create their next domain for that target or that traffic network. Okay, so hopefully that makes some sense for you. And Randy's been drinking again.
Making up nursery rhymes.
All right, folks. Well, I appreciate you all coming here again tonight and look forward to doing this again with you next week. And we shall sign off for now. Talk to you soon.
Take care.